fried pork chops. This is actually something that was one of my grandpa's favorite. Let's jump into this. Fried pork chops coming at you. So the first thing, you want to use some bone-in pork chops. The more bone and fat that you have marbled in there is going to keep them from drying out. And you just want to pat each pork chop dry, just so that you get all the moisture off, and so that the crust that we put on the outside of the pork chops, all the seasonings, will stick to the pork chops as they cook. I started with a half cup of flour, and I'm just gonna add a couple of things. These are things you should have in your pantry, but I've got 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt. I've got 1 teaspoon of steak seasoning, and you can use any flavor you want. There's all kinds of steak seasonings out there. Just use what you have available. And then 1 teaspoon of pepper. Then you're gonna want just a little bit of salt to taste. You can do as much or as little as you want. I'm gonna go for about, I don't know, half a teaspoon, and that should be enough. Now mix those all together, and we are ready to coat those pork chops. Okay, so you're gonna take each pork chop, and you're just gonna dip it into the seasonings we mixed together. I actually like to push the pork chop down just to make sure you get it completely coated in all of the seasoning. And then set that on a plate and repeat with all of the other canola oil on a skillet, just over medium-high heat. I've had this getting all warmed up so it's ready to go. Once it's heated up, I'm going to actually add a tablespoon of butter right into my oil. Once the butter is all melted, you are ready to fry a pork chop. So I'm just gonna stick it in there. Use some tongs so you don't burn yourself. But you're gonna cook it for 2 to 3 minutes on one side, and then we're gonna flip them over as soon as they've cooked for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, after 2 to 3 minutes, it's time to flip. So using your tongs again, just go ahead and flip them over. You can see that gorgeous crust from cooking in this oil. After 1 to 2 minutes, these pork chops should be perfect, cooked exactly how you like them. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on a plate.
Okay, some onion powder. And there's no specific measurements to this. You just do exactly, what you would normally do. But make sure you put the mustard and you should be fine to get these fabulous flavors in your pork chops. Garlic powder. We got some seasoning salt, which can also be called some all-purpose seasoning. Just a little of that. You don't want to overpower your meat with seasoning salt, because the mustard has salt in it already, and also the seasoned flour does. So I'm gonna go down with a little Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Sure you guys are familiar with that. If not, you better go get you some. Alright, so I'm gonna give this a little thorough mix. Make sure that the seasonings are on both sides. Okay, looks about fine to me. Yep. All right, now we're gonna hit it with our mustard. At least about 2 tablespoons will do. And it's not going to taste like mustard. This is just definitely, a binder and as well as a flavoring. But it's not going to taste like mustard. By the time it hits that oil and with your flour already on it and you already have your seasoning, it totally changes the flavor. Alright, so I'm going to let this hang out for about maybe 15-20 minutes before I put it inside of our seasoned flour, just so that the seasonings can get all through and out. See that? I got my grease already preheating. Alright, so I'll be back after about 15-20 minutes and we'll bread this up together. Alright, so our pork chops have been marinating long enough. So I'm going to throw them into our seasoned flour. And I'm going to be using a bowl with the top because I'm going to be shaking this up. So I'm going to do just 2 at a time because of the space that I have. And you want to just at least try and put some of the flour on top before you start shaking it up, because you don't want the rawness of the meat to be at the top of the bowl, and it'll take all your seasoning off. Okay. All right, my oil is already preheating. So let's see how this looks. All right. Give it a little press for the bare spots. A little shake. You can tell it's going to have some sort of crispiness to it. So what I am going to do is allow it to hang out on my rack just for a few minutes to get the flour to be able to stick to the meat, so that we don't kill our oil with too much excess flour. Besides what I'm going to shake off. Okay. Alright guys, so I'm going to do the same thing to the 2, and then we're going to head over to the stove so we can start frying our pork chops because my oil is ready. Alright guys, so that oil is ready and our pork chops are ready to go in. And that's what it looks like after I let it sit for a little bit. I'm going to be dropping 2 at a time. Alright guys, so I'm going to let that go, and midway up to when it's time to flip, I'll be right back to show you guys exactly what it looks like. Alright guys, so let's take a look at these chops. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. See what we're working with here. Alright, nice and golden brown here. Beautiful. Just going to flip them so the other side can get some color and some crisp. Looks good to me. Looks good to you? Alright. Let's flip that. Turn that a little. Alright. I'm going to take those out in about 2 minutes. Alright guys, so I'm going to take these out right now. Just want it to be crispy enough. Looks crispy enough to me on both sides. You don't want to overcook these because these will dry out very quickly. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's put those other 2 in. Okay, like the first batch, I'll be back midway when it's time to flip them. It's time to check on that second batch. But let me show you the first batch before. They've been on my cooling rack. These look amazing. Sure, they're gonna taste good too. Alright, let's see what these are doing over here. Beautiful. Nice. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna let those go for a few more minutes. Then it's time to plate up. Looks like these are done, so I'm going to take them out. I am happy with the results. Perfect, perfect. Alright, so I'm going to continue to let this excess oil drip off before I touch them and let them cool down slightly because I don't want to burn myself. And I'll taste them for you guys and let you know just how they came out. Alright guys, so I went ahead and plated them up for us. They look nice and crispy, and we are about to see. Okay, so which one? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go over here. See what's happening. Perfectly cooked. And boy, are these flavorful. Man, there's something about that mustard, man. Tastes amazing. Doesn't taste like mustard at all. These are perfectly cooked and they are so good. So guys, I recommend that you try this recipe.